Hello everyone, so welcome to the channel. So in the previous video we have discussed the concept related to point of intersection and the concurrent lines. Right, now in this video we are going to discuss exercise 3C related problems of first Roman in straight lines. Okay, let us see the first question. So find the ratios in which the following straight lines divide the line segments joining the given points, and state whether the points lie on same side or either side of the straight line. So in this question, so is asking you to find out the ratio. So ratio in the sense, so you are going to find out minus L11 is to L22. So already we have discussed about this. So this ratio we need to find it out, and later on what we need to say, state whether the points lie on the same side or on either side of the straight line. So looking at the first question, question number 1. In question number 1, what is the line equation given? So 3x minus 4y is equal to 7. Now first of all we need to write down the value of L. So here L is nothing but, so we need to represent without using the equation. So this I can write it as 3x minus 4y minus 7. So here L is 3x minus 4y minus 7. So here since 7 is on the right hand side, we need to transpose it on to left hand side, and you need to write it as an expression, right? So L is equal to 3x minus 4y minus 7. Next we are given with the 2 points, 2 comma minus 7 and minus 1 comma 3. Now is asking whether they are on the same side or on the either side. So for that what we need to do, consider the first point 2 comma minus 7 as x1 comma y1, and the second point minus 1 comma 3 as x2 comma y2. Now we have 2 points. Now is asking with respect to this line how these 2 points are and in which ratio the line joining these 2 points is being divided by the given line, right? So for that what we need to do, first of all we need to find out the values of L11 and L22. So what is meant by L11 and what is meant by L22? So L11 means we need to substitute the first point in this particular L value. So when you substitute x1 comma y1 in the place of x and y, we are going to get a value. That particular value is nothing but called as L11. The same way, when you substitute x2 comma y2 in the given line equation, then I am going to get L22, right? So following that, so 3 times of what is x1, so x1 is 2, minus 4 times of y1 is minus 7 is equal to, so 3 2s are 6, 7 minus 4 into minus 7 is 28 minus 7. So 28 minus 7 is 21. So 21 plus 6 is 27. So the value of L11 is 27. So already we know this value is positive. Okay, next moving on to L22. So L22 is nothing but 3 into minus 1 minus 4 times of 3 minus 7. So this gives me minus 3 minus 12 minus 7. So what is the value? So minus 7 minus 3 is minus 10, minus 10 minus 12 is minus 22. So clearly this is less than 0. Here L11 is positive and L22 is negative. Since what we can say here, L11 and L22 are opposite signs. So since L1 and L2 are opposite signs, then what we can say, they lie on either side. So since points, so what we can say here, points lie on either side, or sometimes we can say point lies on opposite sides of the given line. Now finally we need to write down the ratio in which the line is dividing the line segment joining those 2 points. So ratio is given by minus L11 is to L22. So when I substitute the values, L11 is 27, so this is minus 27 is to, what is L22? So L22 is minus 22. So directly what I can say, it gives me 27 is to 22. So this is nothing but my ratio. Okay, so Likewise, we can find out the ratio as well as we can say about the points, whether they are lying on the same side or on the other side of the given line. Okay, so second one, you please try. So do it yourself. Next, I am going to explain the third one. So question number 3. Here, what is the L value? So L value is nothing but 2x plus 3y minus 5. The same, what are the points? So 0 comma 0 is 1 point. So let us consider it as x1 comma y1. And next, the second point is minus 2 comma 1. This minus 2 comma plus 1 is equal to x2 comma y2. Then finally, finding out the value of L11. So L11 means substituting 0 comma 0, this becomes 0 plus 0 minus 5. So clearly this is less than 0. The same way, when I find out L22, so L22 is nothing but 2 times of minus 2 plus 3 times of 1 minus 5. So this gives me 2 times of minus 2 is minus 4 plus 3 minus 5. So again, so minus 4 minus 5 is minus 9, minus 9 plus 6 is, sorry, minus 4 minus 4 is minus 9, minus 9 plus 3, it is minus 6. So it is less than 0. So here L11 and L22 both are less than zeros. So what we can say, since L11 and L22 are having same signs, so what I can say here, L11 and L22 have same signs. So from this, what I can say, points lie on same side of L. Points lie on same side of L. Next, we need to find out the ratio, right? So ratio is nothing but minus L11 is to L22. So from this, when I substitute the values, so L11 is minus 5. So minus 5, it is nothing but L11. So before that, we need to keep one more minus. So this gives me, so L22 is L11 is nothing but minus of minus 5 is to, what is L22? L22 is minus 6. So from this, what I can say, minus 5 is to 6. It divides in the ratio minus 5 is to 6. So this is nothing but, so one model question, so where we are going to find out the ratio as well as whether they are lying on the same side or on the other side. So by looking at the ratio also we can say, so here the ratio is minus 5 is to 6. So when minus sign comes, so when you represent that it is dividing externally, right? So dividing externally means that point is not in between, so that particular point which is dividing is not in between those 2 points. Okay, so by that also we can say that the given 2 points are lying on the same side, right? Next, moving on to the second question, question number 2. So find the point of intersection of the following lines. So you need to find out the point of intersection. So whenever 2 lines are given, so you are able to find out the point of intersection. So for that, we have a formula. So first of all, write down the lines, whatever the lines that are given. So 4x plus 8y minus 1 is equal to 0. Next, 2x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. So when you compare this with a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0, then we are going to get the values of a1, a2, a3, sorry, a1, a2, b1, b2 and c1, c2, right? So what are the values of a1? So a1 is equal to 4, b1 is equal to 8, c1 is equal to minus 1. So while considering the coefficients, some students make small mistakes like not considering the sign. Okay, so these minus signs you need to consider, so you should not omit. So be careful while considering. So b2 is equal to minus 1, c2 is equal to plus 1, right? Now what is he asking? So point of intersection. So what is the point of intersection formula? So point of intersection is given by B1 C2 minus B2 C1 by A1 B2 minus A2 B1. So we have derived this formula, right? So B1 C2 minus B2 C1 by A1 B2 minus A2 B1, comma C1 A2 minus C2 A1 by A1 B2 minus A2 B1, right? So using this formula, by substituting these values, we are going to get the answer. So for that, directly what we can do, B1 C2, so 8 ones are 8. Next B2 C1, so B2 is minus 1, C1 is minus 1, so minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1, so already minus is there, so plus 1, divided by A1 B2, so A1 B2, so 4 into minus 1 is minus 4. Next A2 B1, so 2 into 8, so which gives me minus 16. The same way here also in the denominator I am going to get the same value, minus 4 minus 16 in numerator. So C1 into A2, so where is C1? C1 into A2, so minus 1 into 2 is minus 2, followed by minus C2 A1, so this is C2 and this is A1, so 1 into 4, 4. Now writing down the values, 8 minus 1 is 7, divided by minus 20, comma minus 2 minus 4 is minus 6 by minus 20. Now on simplification, what I am going to get? So this gives me minus 7 by 20, comma here minus minus gets cancelled, and in 2 table I can cancel it out, 3 by 10 times. So my point of intersection is nothing but minus 7 by 20, comma 3 by 10. So likewise you can find out the point of intersection. Next, moving on to question number 2. So in question number 2, if you observe the second equation, in the second line equation you don't have a constant term. In the second equation you don't have a constant term. So when you don't have a constant term, you can easily find out the point of intersection, right? Now let us see how. So without using any formula, we are going to find out the values of x and y, that is nothing but the point of intersection. So whenever you don't have a constant in any one of the equations, then directly find out x in terms of y. So I can write x is equal to minus y, right? Because x plus y is equal to 0, when I transpose y, it becomes x is equal to minus y. So this x is equal to minus y you replace here. Instead of x you write minus y. So 7 times of minus y plus 3 is equal to 0. So from this minus 7y plus 3 is equal to 0. So minus 7y plus y is minus 6y. Minus 6y, if you transpose, then it becomes 3 is equal to 6 times of y. So from this y is equal to 3 by 6. So 3 by 6 is nothing but 1 by 2. So I got the value of y. Next, by substituting x is equal to, so substituting the value of y, x is equal to what I am going to get? Minus 1 by 2. So directly the point of intersection. So I can write down the point of intersection as minus 1 by 2, comma 1 by 2. So here order is important, no? Since it is an ordered pair, so first we need to consider x, next y value, right? So likewise we can find out the point of intersection of these two lines. Okay, now you might get a doubt. See, using the formula also we can find out the point of intersection for second question. Okay, so here instead of using the formula, by substitution method you get it easily, so that's why we have done the substitution method. Okay, next moving on to the third question, question number 3. Show that the straight lines a minus b times of x plus b minus c times of y is equal to c minus a, b minus c times of x plus c minus a times of y is equal to a minus b, and c minus a times of x plus a minus b times of y is equal to b minus c are concurrent. So what is meant by concurrent? So concurrent means all the three lines passes same common point, right? So if all the three lines passes through a common point, then we say those lines are concurrent. Now what is he asking? Show that. So if you want to show, then what we should do? So we need to follow two conditions. So first one, either we can show it by finding out the point of intersection of two lines and substituting that point of intersection in the third line, and if it satisfies, then we say they are concurrent. And there is one more method, so which is nothing but determinant. So if determinant is 0, then we can say that the lines are concurrent. Okay, so we are going to follow the second method, which is nothing but using the concept of determinants. So first of all, write down the line equation. So a minus b into x plus b minus c into y. This c minus a, if I transpose, this becomes a minus c is equal to 0. The same way, if I write down all the three equations, so b minus c into x plus c minus a into y plus, so a minus b becomes b minus a is equal to 0. The same way, this becomes c minus a into x plus a minus b into y plus b minus c becomes c minus b is equal to 0. Now this is my first equation, this is my second equation, and this is my third equation. Now if I want to show that these are concurrent, so first of all we need to find out the determinant. So determinant is constructed by using the coefficients. So a minus b, b minus c, a minus c, next b minus c, c minus a, b minus a, next c minus a minus b, c minus b. Now its determinant value I need to find it out. So to find out the determinant, since the things are looking symmetrical, so we can apply the operations. So what is the operation that I can apply here is, so I am changing the column 1 as column 1 plus column 2 plus column 3. I am changing column 1 as column 1 plus column 2 plus column 3. Then my determinant looks like this. So column 1 is changing as column 1 plus column 2 plus column 3. That means I need to add these three columns. So when I add those three columns, so this becomes a minus b plus b minus c plus a minus c. First column, the same way, b minus c plus c minus a plus b minus a. The same way, c minus a plus a minus b plus c minus b. So this is the first column. Second column is as it is, so b minus c, c minus a minus b, and the third column a minus c, b minus a, c minus b, right? Otherwise what we can do, so this is one approach. So this is one approach, or else we can directly do row operation also. By that also we can easily prove that this determinant value is equal to 0. So for that what I can do is, so changing row 1 as row 1 plus row 2 plus row 3. So if I do that, then it will be somewhat easier. So that also I will show you. Okay, so here on cancellation what I am going to get, so plus b minus b gets cancelled, plus c minus c gets cancelled, minus a plus a gets cancelled. Now finally what I am going to have, so this is similar to, how many a's are there? So there are 2 a's and 2 minus c's. Here 2 b's and 2 minus a's. Here in this 2 c's and 2 minus b's. So among these all we are having 2 times of, so 2 times of a minus c, next 2 times of b minus a, 2 times of c minus b, and second column as it is, so b minus c, c minus a minus b. Next this is a minus c, b minus a, c minus b. Now in the first column you are having 2 as common, right? So when I take 2 as common, then I can take the 2 to outside the determinant, then this becomes a minus c, b minus a, c minus b. Next second column is b minus c, c minus a minus b, and the third column is a minus c, b minus a, and c minus b. If you observe first column and third column, so these two are identical. So when two columns in a determinant are identical, then its value will be equal to 0, right? So that is one property. If two rows or two columns in a determinant are identical, then we can say that the determinant value is equal to 0. Since the determinant value is 0, then what we can say? So simply, since the determinant is 0, given 3 lines are concurrent. So given 3 lines are concurrent. Okay, right? So like this you can do it in a simple way. The same way, if you apply rows, if you apply the operation, so row 1 changes as row 1 plus row 2 plus row 3. Then what will happen? So in the first row we are going to have, so this particular value becomes 0 and this particular value also becomes 0, and you will have some value here, right? So 0 into something is 0, 0 into something is 0, and with this value you are going to get some value which will be equal to 0 again. Okay, so likewise also you can prove it. So this is the better way to prove instead of considering the point of intersection and substituting, right? Next, moving on to question number 4. So transform the following equation into the form L1 plus lambda L2 is equal to 0 and find the point of concurrence of the family of straight lines. So whenever you have a family of straight lines, the family of straight lines you can represent in the form of L1 plus lambda L2 is equal to 0. So it is nothing but, so already we know that the ratio is L by M. So what is the ratio? Minus L11 by L22 only, no? Minus L11 by L22, right? Now, since if I consider this L by M as some lambda, then what I am going to have? So I can write as L11 plus lambda L22 is equal to 0. So this particular relation, is obtained from this only, right? So this is one more form to represent the point of intersection and the family of lines. So family of straight lines can be represented using that form L11 plus lambda, that is nothing but L1 plus lambda L2 is equal to 0. So first line plus constant times of second line. Okay, next moving on to the question. So what we have to find? So we need to find out the point of intersection. So for that, first of all, take the equation number 1. So multiply with the x. So this becomes 2x plus 5 times of k times of x minus 3 times of 3 ones are 3 into y, which gives me 3y. So minus 3 into 2 minus 6ky plus 2 minus k is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my equation after expanding. Now take out the terms which are containing k's and which are not containing k's, right? So without k's, these are nothing but the terms. So 2x minus 3y plus 2 plus, next we are having k terms as common, then I can take 5x minus 6y minus 1 is equal to 0. Now if you observe, so this is nothing but my L1 and this is nothing but my L2, and this k acts as lambda. Okay, to find out point of concurrency or the point of intersection, so what we can do? So simply solve these two equations. So 2x minus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. That means the first line equation is 2x minus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0, and the second line is 5x minus 6y minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, now since to find out the point of concurrence, so find point of concurrence is nothing but point of intersection of those two lines. Okay, for that what I can do? So I can make use of the concept of, so we are having the formula, right? So using that formula, so point of concurrency is nothing but given by b1 c2 minus b2 c1 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1 comma, next c1 a2 minus c2 a1 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Now when I substitute the values, so b1 c2, so minus 3 into minus 1 is plus 3 minus b2 into c1, so minus 6 into 2, it is nothing but minus 12. divided by a1 b2. So 2 into minus 6 is minus 12. a2 b1, so 5 into minus 3 is 15. So this gives me plus 15, comma, so here also the denominator will be same, so minus 12 plus 15. c1 a2, so c1 is this, so 2 into 5 is nothing but 10, minus c2 a1, so already c2 is minus 1, so this makes it plus, so 1 into 2 is 2. So from this clearly what I am going to get, so minus of minus is plus, so this becomes 15 by 3, comma, so 10 plus 2, 12 by 3. So clearly, so 15 by 3 is 5, 12 by 3 is 4. Hence the point of concurrence is 5, 4 for this particular question. The same way, moving on to question number 2. So I can write this as kx plus x plus k times of y plus 2y plus 5 is equal to 0. So taking down the values without case. So what is the equation? So x plus 2y plus 5 plus, next taking down the k values as common, then what I am going to get, x plus y is equal to 0. So clearly this is my L1 and this is my L2. So here if you observe, L2 is nothing but x plus y. L2 is x plus y is equal to 0, where you don't have a constant term, so directly you can make use of this condition. So x plus y is equal to 0, and one more equation is x plus 2y plus 5 is equal to 0. Now from this I can write x is equal to minus y. The same thing if I substitute here, minus y plus 2y plus 5 is equal to 0. 2y minus y is y, so y is equal to minus 5. So when y is equal to minus 5, x is equal to minus of minus 5, which is equal to 5. Now the point of concurrence, directly we got it without using the formula. So point of concurrence is given by, so point of concurrence is equal to 5 comma minus 5. So likewise we can find out the point of concurrence. Next, moving on to question number 5. So find the value of p if the straight lines x plus p is equal to 0, y plus 2 is equal to 0, and 3x plus 2y plus 5 is equal to 0 are concurrent. So he has given that these three lines are concurrent, right? So when he has given the condition that the lines are concurrent, so directly what we can do, by considering the point of intersection of any two lines, we are going to substitute in the third line, it should satisfy, right? Now in this, if you observe here clearly, x plus p is equal to 0. X plus p is equal to 0 means it is parallel to y axis. Next, y plus 2 is equal to 0 means it is parallel to x axis. That means the point of intersection of these two lines is nothing but minus p comma minus 2. So clearly we got a point of intersection. So for x plus p is equal to 0 and y plus 2 is equal to 0 for these two lines, so when they are parallel, so when these lines are parallel to each of the axes, then we can directly find out the point of intersection. So here what I can say, the point of intersection is given by minus p comma minus 2, minus p comma minus 2. So we got the point of intersection, right? So this point of intersection is nothing but point of concurrence also. So this point of intersection is also called as point of concurrence. So we got the point, right? Now this point should satisfy. So this minus p comma minus 2 should satisfy my third equation. So what is my third equation? 3x plus 2y plus 5 is equal to 0, right? So since the lines are concurrent, this p minus p comma minus 2 should satisfy this line equation. So from that, what I am going to get, I need to directly substitute the value. So 3 times of minus p plus 2 times of minus 2 plus 5 is equal to 0. So from this what I am going to get, this gives me minus 3p minus 4 plus 5 is equal to 0. Now when I transpose this minus 3p, it becomes plus 3p is equal to 5 minus 4 is 1. So from this clearly p is equal to 1 by 3. So the value of p, I got it as 1 by 3. So this is one approach. By using determinant also we can find it out by writing the value, by writing the coefficients. So this gives me 1, 0, p. Next here x coefficient is 0, y coefficient is 1, constant is 2. Next 3, 2, 5. And this determinant value will be 0 because he has given that it is concurrent. Right? So 1 times of 1 5s are 5 minus 2 2s are 4. Next plus 0 into anything is 0. So since minus 0 into anything is 0, plus next p times of 0 into 2 is 0 minus 3 is equal to 0. Now 5 minus 2 is nothing but, so 5 minus 2 is 3. So 3 is equal to, so sorry, this is 2 2s are 4, right? So this is 4. Then what I am going to get? So 5 minus 4 is 1. So 1 is equal to 3p. So from this p is equal to 1 by 3. So by using any of these methods, so we can obtain the value. So here 1 into 1 5s are 5 minus 2 into 2 is 4. So 1 is equal to 3 times of p. So which gives me p is equal to 1 by 3. So using these two methods we can find out the value of p. Next, moving on to one more question. So find the area of the triangle formed by the straight lines and the coordinate axis. So already we know that whenever you are having a straight line which is meeting coordinate axis, so since coordinate axes are perpendicular to each other, then using this straight line I am going to form a triangle, right? So this triangle will have some area, right? So he is asking you to find out that area. So for that what we are going to do is, for suppose if my line equation is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So understand this concept carefully. If for suppose this my line equation is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, then I can find out this area of triangle. So for that, this particular point is my x-intercept and this is nothing but my y-intercept. Okay, I can find out the length of intercept, right? So what is this length of intercept? So this is x-intercept, right? So length of x-intercept. So what is length of x-intercept? For length x-intercept we should substitute y is equal to 0. Then what I am going to get? So this is my c minus a value. I am going to get c minus a. The same way, this is my y-intercept, and to find out the length of y-intercept, what I should do? I need to replace x with 0. Then I am going to get minus c divided by b. Since it is a right angle triangle, directly this is my base and this is my height. Then area of the triangle is given by, so half into base into height only, no? So what is base here? Minus c by a into what is height? Minus c by b. This I can write as c square by 2 times of modulus of ab. So area of triangle is given by c square by 2 modulus of ab. So why here modulus of ab we have considered? Because area is always positive, c square is already positive, 2 is already a number which is always positive. Next, a and b, product of a and b should be positive. So for that we have considered c square by, so that's why we have considered the modulus. Hence the area of this triangle is given by c square by 2 mod ab. So whenever a line equation ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 with the coordinate axis, so that is must. With the coordinate axis if he has given, then area of triangle is given by c square by 2 mod ab. That is nothing but constant square by 2 times of x coefficient into y coefficient in the modulus. Okay, using this we are going to find out the area. So first one, x minus 4y plus 2 is equal to 0. On comparing, what is the value of a? A value is 1, b value is minus 4, c value is 2. Hence area of triangle is given by, so area of triangle is given by c square by 2 times of modulus of ab. So which gives me c square is nothing but 2 square divided by 2 times of modulus of 1 into minus 4. So 2 square is 4 divided by 2 times of modulus of 1 into minus 4 is 4 only. So 4 gets cancelled. Hence the answer is half square units. Okay, the same way, moving on to the second question. So 3x minus 4y plus 12 is equal to 0. Here on comparing with the standard form, a is equal to 3, b is equal to minus 4, c is equal to 12. Now finding out the area. Area is nothing but given by c square by 2 times of modulus of ab. So from the c square is nothing but 12 squared by 2 times of modulus of 3 into minus 4. Now 12 square I can write as 12 into 12 by 2 into 3 into minus 4 is minus 12. Modulus under inside the modulus it can be written as 12. So 112 gets cancelled and 2 in 12 it goes 6 times. So this gives me 6 square units. So to solve these particular problems you need to have this concept, right? So thank you for watching the video. So for more videos, stay connected with the channel and please subscribe the channel so that you can get my new videos update, right? Thank you for watching.